Good morning, 17 after 7 o'clock. Good morning. Welcome to another Morning Without Mike Winters. I am joined in studio by Mr. Richard Garcia from the Roswell Literacy Council. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for inviting us. Doing great, man, except for this heat wave that we've been having, man, for the last, I don't know how long it's going to last. It just seems like it's been forever.
Boy, it has been insane. I mean, and you think about it, just 4 or 5 months ago, we were dealing with this on the exact other side of the thermometer. We were dealing with the deepest freeze we've had in the southwestern part of the country for, in history. And it's just crazy how we've gotten both polar opposites on,
Yes.
in the middle of this Rona.
Well, the
Maybe
land
scoot
of
that mic up just a
the
little
land
bit
of
there.
enchantment. That's what we're recognized as, and I believe that's true. But I hope for Saturday for this event that we'll be having 109 degrees around there, man. And that's hot.
It is a scorcher, but worth the time to come out because you guys have a big event happening on Saturday.
Yes, we do. Yes,
Kind of
we
pulling
do.
out all the stops to make this thing happen.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the Literacy Council is sponsoring Howdy Partners. It's a community partnership roundup.
Okay.
We're going to have it here at the courthouse. It's going to be Saturday from 11 to 4.
All right.
We've got several vendors, several participants that are going to be out there, business people that are involved in the community that provide services.
Gotcha. Okay.
The Literacy Council is one of them, and there's many more that provide services, whether it's for the homeless, food banks, United Way, you name it, Goodwill, Salvation Army, the churches.
Absolutely.
And so, but our whole goal is participating in the community by providing services. The Literacy Council has been around for a long time. We've had some good people that have been there. One person that we're recognizing is Mr. Lilly that passed away.
Yes.
He was a strong supporter of the Literacy Council.
Absolutely.
And his whole family. And we're presenting them with a very, very special award to the family and in recognition of Mr. Lilly.
That's awesome.
But we recognize many people.
Sure.
Especially our staff, our members, our board, because we provide services that are there for the people if they need it. Not only do we do tutoring, we do the citizenship.
Yeah.
We do other things to involve not only the Literacy Council, but the community.
Sure.
We work with other organizations, and United Way is one of them, and others. But United Way is like the mother lode because of our funding.
Absolutely. And they have so many amazing partner organizations that they partner with. The United Way. I think it's like 16 or 18 here locally that they partner with.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And Excel has been very generous. We've had other individuals that contribute heavily through different foundations that they've set up, trust funds that keep us going.
Yeah.
Because we're a nonprofit. And during this pandemic, we weren't able to do some of the things that we wanted to do for fundraising.
Sure. A lot of organizations got kneecapped, got kind of basically put on hold. Yeah. But one thing that I was really blessed when I learned and found out was a lot of people didn't let that dissuade them from their charitable giving. Like, even when money was an issue, even when things were tight, people still prioritized their charitable giving. And that was, so they still made sure to help out these organizations that were doing, the work they were doing.
Well, that's what it's all about. We're here for a short time. We're not on a vacation till it's over. You know what I'm saying? So there's people that are in need, and there's some people that you can help, and there's some people that you can't.
Sure.
And we've had that issue not only here in Roswell, but throughout the whole state and throughout the United States with not only the pandemic, but other things that have come up. Times have changed, and we've changed. We've had to.
Yeah.
And your business has changed.
Absolutely.
Dramatically.
And that's one thing I've always respected about the Literacy Council is you guys have kept with the times and changed the way that you do things. A lot of the work that you guys do with like ESL. A lot of the approaches to that have had to change, with technology and also with colloquial changes. And you guys have kept up with all of those.
Well, and that's the leadership. That's what we have through the membership and the board that we take everything as a task and we're going to complete it. We were successful. We didn't have 20, 30 kids that came for tutoring,
Sure.
but we had one, and she graduated.
And that's the difference
And
maker.
that is success.
That is, absolutely.
Irregardless. This girl didn't know how to speak English. She came in. She asked for help. We had staff that provided that provided the services for her. And Janie, Mary Lou Trujillo, which is the director. Janie is the assistant, and others. We got other people that are on the board that have other positions here in the city of Roswell. They're educators. Some of them are past state workers, and many others. We come in all flavors. And myself being retired from not only in retail but corrections, education. So we're Heinz 57.
I absolutely agree. And the beauty of it is all these different ingredients, like you're saying, they bring something else to the table. They bring their own unique abilities, their own unique skills. Some people are great working with people. Some people just get numbers. They get the business side of things, and all of these great minds coming together to make this thing happen. And like you said, that one girl that graduated, that's the biggest difference in the world.
Well,
that's amazing.
And when we get back on track and tutoring, which I do tutoring at Youth Challenge, and not only in math and English, writing, reading, and we get a lot of kids in there that come from different parts of the state that can't read or write, and they get into a program due to why and how come. Because they're appointed into because of the system,
right?
And giving them a opportunity, and it's just like the graduates from Roswell High and Goddard and University High and the ENMUR. We got to applaud those kids. We got to applaud all of them because I had one son, Aram, that graduated, and believe me, it was tough.
Oh man,
it was a tough year for them, and
these are the most resilient kids that are ever going to come out of the system, though, because they have seen literally every side of it. They've had to learn through in the foxhole, basically.
Well, you had these kids that gives us great pride. It doesn't make a difference whether they're Garcia, Smith, Johnson, Torres, or whatever.
Who have you?
Whoever it is. We got to applaud the parents. We got to applaud the students themselves,
and the educators and administrators too. Because
let me tell you,
they were the ones that were getting screamed at from both sides, from their bosses and from the kids' parents. It was.
My wife is a retired teacher. She was a culinary instructor at vocational at Job Corps for 20-something years.
Oh wow, okay.
Then she went into the RISD. Well, she's been there for some time after she retired, but this year was one of them years that she started early during the pandemic, and she was here at Mesa. And at the beginning, it was like a struggle, man.
Sure.
Not only for her, but for many other educators. And I believe that our has got to go off to them because from the superintendent to the board to the principals, the staff, from the cafeteria to the physical ed or whatever people would want to participate in. It just goes to show us that we can go ahead and put our minds to whatever we have to do and get it done. Right. And that is one thing that I say of the slogan of the Literacy Council. We get it done.
You get it done.
I don't know if anybody's ever gone to visit our building. When we got it, it's an old building.
Sure.
But you go inside and that's the leadership. President, I make decisions, and sometimes they're not the most popular. But the thing about it is, when it comes to the betterment of the facility or for the needs of that we're going to have to provide,
less popular.
I don't
decisions.
hold back.
That's right. Unpopular decisions have to be made.
I don't hold back
for the good or for the greater good.
And we talk about the money. Well, I tell them, it'll take care of itself, man. We just got to go and let's get it done.
Absolutely.
Because once you get to start doing it, you're like the bulldozer. You start plowing it, man. And then you got the people behind you that's got other things to do.
It's momentum. You got to get that momentum
and you got to
start rolling down the hill. And that's one thing that I've noticed about with the city of Roswell is I talked about this yesterday. We never really shut all the way down because we're chock full of a lot of the essentials. Right. So we were going pretty much the whole time. But now that we're starting to kind of get back into the swing of things, it went from going like 80 miles an hour to like 150 miles an hour. I mean, we're constantly moving, constantly things happening, events happening all over the place, including this event this Saturday. And it's been breakneck to see all the changes that have happened just over the last couple of days
Well,
or a couple of weeks. I mean,
we're very resilient of what we say and what we do.
hmm
We've got, like I said, the different organizations. We all work in different ways, and at the end of the day, I know when I meet with the director and we got certain things going and certain things that we're trying to work with. Not only us. It's just not about me. We provide services for the people that want to come in from Hagerman, Dexter, Lake Arthur, Cottonwood.
Yeah.
Heck, man, if wherever you want to come in and you need assistance, we're going to tell you whether we can or whether we can't. But we're always going to tell you where you can go.
Sure. And that's an awesome thing is that you guys don't have any boundaries necessarily. If someone comes with a need, you're going to do your best to fulfill that need.
That's right. And we've got a good partner with a Goodwill. If people need something, I mean, hey, man, hey, we can send you out there. And people travel through the roads. You see them. And when I say the roads, you see them all over. I mean, people transits, people moving. And the thing about it is that it's just like what I said earlier. There's some things that we can do to help others, help some. And there's some things that ain't going to help anybody.
Right.
And it's that initiative. But the most important thing right now is this pandemic has taught me a lesson. And at 75 years old, I take nothing for granted, man.
Absolutely.
And every day above ground's a good day.
And that's something I've heard from more than one person over the last couple of weeks is this has taught me that every single day is a gift. The opportunity to see the world through the eyes of like a kid, to have that opportunity that everything that you do is a new experience, that everything that you do is exciting for something, to find that little pearl of enjoyment in the crap sandwich, so to speak, that is life, and that's one thing a lot of people have changed their perspective, and people just aren't taking things for granted anymore. They're getting out there, they're doing the things they said, I'll do that someday. People are doing it now. I really enjoy that.
Let me tell you, I mentioned it earlier, and this goes for myself. And many people plan a vacation more than they do their life. And this is going to be a test for like an eye opener for these young people that just graduated, because it's not easy, man. Their education is expensive.
It really is.
And there's certain things that you can go for. You have the lottery scholarships. I know I got financial aid, but there's some that can probably afford it. But the thing about it is that we got to stop having this particular thing of the have and have nots.
Right.
And give everybody that opportunity, because it's knocking every day. People might want to go into broadcasting. People want to go into journalism. People want to go into politics. People want to go into being a pastor or a priest or whatever. But that's choices that we are entitled to make those choices if we want to make them in our careers. I mean, I never thought that I'd be doing what I did in my career. Others went in the military. I went on to school, and we went from there.
And I mentioned this yesterday too. I believe when I was talking to Miss Andrea Moore with the chamber. A lot of people are using this last couple of years as a catalyst for change. A lot of people are starting new careers, are turning hobbies into new careers. They're taking the have to out of work and finding things that they can enjoy doing and also make money doing. It's been kind of a neat thing to watch happen. And your organization is paramount in that, because there's people that want to make things happen, but maybe they need a little assistance with reading, or they need to up their their game. Maybe their English isn't the best, and you guys have programs for that. So people who are making their goals happen because of the pandemic, their dreams come true because of the pandemic, you guys are hand in hand with that.
Well, we've had another girl that was not too far from my house, about 3 houses down. Her grandmother. This little girl was bright to begin with. Couldn't speak English. Graduated. This is another one with honors.
Wow.
At Roswell High. I mean, so when these kids come in, and I've tutored many, and they come in, and some of them will accomplish certain things, and it at whether it's a youth challenge or whatever it might be, Job Corps, it doesn't make any difference.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is that we get opening that door, man, to all these kids that graduated.
Right.
Whether they graduated with honors, high honors,
Sure.
or just graduated.
You give them a piece of paper, and that's a piece of paper. But now we have to give them an
Now
opportunity.
that's we got to give them an opportunity.
Absolutely.
And what I saw of those kids, that was just like to say, you know what, we skipped out on a lot of stuff that we'll never see during our senior year.
Mm-hmm.
And how do we make it? How are we going to catch up with it? Well, you never will.
Right.
The thing about it is that it should set you a path into saying, okay, you know, man, hey, there ain't nothing I can't do.
That's right. I was denied these experiences, as a senior. All it did was make me more resilient, make me realize that, you know what, I have to work for the things I'm going to get. That's
But the thing about it was these kids, man, they got the technology now that we didn't have.
I know. It's depressing that my 2-year-old can work a tablet better than I can.
Well, that's
Half the time I have him running my tech support.
I've never even played a game on the goddamn the games that they play.
Oh, yeah.
Xbox or
Yeah.
whatever. I have never played. Oh, I used to play video games on the when you put a quarter or whatever.
I'll tell you this. There was a point of pride the other day. I had my kids out at the park. This is back before it was the surface of the sun outside, but you could still take your kids to the park.
Yeah.
So I took my daughter at the park, and she was playing with one of the other little boys, and he asked her if she played Fortnite, and she said, "Oh, I'll play Fortnite," thinking it was a playground game, not thinking that it was the mobile app and game that all these kids are playing. She didn't know what Fortnite was. She thought it was a playground. She was like, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'm down. Let's play. How do you do it?" So that was a point of pride for me. I'm like, yeah, my kids don't know what Fortnite is. That's awesome. I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. But that's the kids are proving every single day that they are capable of so much knowledge. They're capable of taking in so much. And the Literacy Council is great at that. So let's talk about this event this Saturday.
Okay, well the event's going to be probably the participants that will be out there will be local community leaders or organizations, and it's going to be just like a Heinz 57. There's going to be different things.
Kind of a come and go event, essentially.
Come and go.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have booths out there. There's going to be some vendors out there. I don't know if the farmers market will be out here on this Saturday.
I think the farmers and gardeners market doesn't start till next month. Again, don't quote me on that. I could be wrong on that.
Well,
they might have some makeshift form of it out there with just some growers that are selling some wares.
But what we've seen and going around and kind of eyeballing what the traffic is, there's a lot of traffic on Saturday.
Absolutely. And tourism is way up right now.
And right now, the other day, Virginia and I were going down Main Street, and there was quite a few people, even in this hot sun, that were out there, but then they probably going up to the Cool Pines up in Redosa, we do.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll take off over there. But the thing about it, getting back to this thing with the Literacy Council.
Sure.
I hope that when people comes out there that they take advantage, and that's a strong word. Take advantage of what's available in the community.
I think a lot of people don't because of pride. Pride getting in the way of I don't want to have help. I don't want to be seen as a charity case or whatever. But if a need is there are organizations that are set up and put in place to help and to assist. It's one of those things you got to swallow your pride and accept, help. But if it's a need, then that's what we're here for.
Well, the thing about it is you're just fooling yourself. I mean, it's just like I said, and I said it again, and I keep repeating it. It's being repetitive of what I just said. All organizations are there for a purpose, to provide a service.
Right.
Not everything that we provide is going to help one person, like another person.
Yeah,
that's just like humans. I mean, we're all different.
But
we have different needs, different things. But the whole purpose of this is the first one. We hope is successful. Again, there's some that will take it and say, well, I don't need that or whatever. But or like you said on pride. Well, I'm embarrassed because I can't speak English. Well, why should you be? Why should you be a business? Because when you have the opportunity to learn it,
This is a chance to.
and if you learn it, then it's a lot better for you and for me.
Absolutely, I
Okay.
100% agree.
And the thing is, and I say with me, because I can speak Spanish, fluent. I can read it. I can write it. The thing about it is that it's a tool.
Right.
It was a tool for me in my profession. It was a tool for anybody that can speak Spanish, English, or another foreign language. I mean,
Oh yeah,
that's where
it's
you're at.
it's a line item on a job application or a resume. You know that
And
I'm
I'll
fluent in both
guarantee.
languages.
I won't guarantee because there's very little that I can guarantee. But there are some questions on the citizenship that we probably couldn't even answer ourselves.
Oh, I would almost 100% agree with that. Like you said, I can't guarantee anything, but I would agree with that.
Well,
100%.
no, I'll bring that test of all the 100 questions.
That's actually an old morning show trope. They used to do that back in the days. Oh, we're bringing the citizenship test, and we'll see if Mike and the Mad Dog can
Yeah.
figure out,
Well,
would be
no,
a citizen.
Seriously. I mean,
Absolutely. I'm
and,
the same way. I pride myself in a pretty deep knowledge of American history and of how things work, but
Well,
there's things I don't know.
I have this with me, and I can't read them all, but I tell you what, I am so proud of my Hispanic community, of the kids that graduated. And because some of them I know come from families that speak very little English. But you go throughout the whole business sector of Roswell, and you see young women in doctors' offices. You see them at kids' care. And I'm being a name dropper here because I see them because that's where I take
Sure,
my
absolutely.
son. See him in the hospital. You see him at whether it's at Aersol or Baldwin Paint, wherever it might be. See him at the university. I'm going out there this morning. They're having something out there for the kids, for the new enrollees that they're first come, first served. They're going to be giving some prizes and hot dogs or snow cones or something and
It's the
money cards for
the Beat the
bookstore.
Heat registration event they're doing, I think.
Huh?
It's called the Beat the Heat registration event. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
But anyway, that's exciting. 'Cause I know
Absolutely.
there's one of my boys. He's already registered, and he's excited. And I believe that with this thing and the kids, the young kids, they missed out on a lot and they absorbed a lot and now that it's kind of just easy enough, you can't stop, man. It's just like right now, everything that wasn't open. Well, like, okay, the grocery stores are selling a lot of alcoholic beverages and stuff like that. People were home. They were more in with, if I could have a cookout in my backyard.
Sure.
Now, I couldn't invite the whole neighborhood, which
But-
I've had before. But the thing about it is that now, I mean, it just stopped and limited people on certain things. But it wasn't the most important thing in the world.
Right.
The most important in the world was being safe, man.
Right.
Do I wear my mask? Do I not don't wear my mask? Do I go get the shot? Do I
And everything else took a back seat.
And if people want, and this is one thing that we stressed, that everybody, that when we went into this pandemic, we did everything that we needed to do for the guidelines. We went up all the way up to Clovis to get the plexiglass, get it set up. We did everything that we needed to do to make the facility safe.
Right.
Number one, we still wear our mask. We still follow the guidelines of what till we're 100%.
Sure.
Okay.
As
if people would realize one thing, and I'll just plug this in, it doesn't make any difference. If you haven't gotten your shot, just like you said a while ago, go get it.
Yeah.
Now it's a walk-in. You don't have to be doing it on the computer. You can walk in at Walgreens. You can walk in at Walmart, Sam's. You write your name down. You give you the time. You just be there to get the shot, and it's over with. I know that we weren't reluctant to get them. I mean, we got them, even though we had these episodes and stuff like that. And, and it lingers. And when I started reading into this, I said how lucky I was.
Sure,
That
absolutely.
I didn't wind up with
like the folks that get the long COVID,
whatever. But
there was a Broadway dancer that I read about who first he lost his leg, And then he was put into a medically induced coma, and I don't think he actually made it out. It was just like one of those things, like whole livelihoods were taken. In some cases, it went to extremes, and it was right that we did these, took these precautions and
of course.
set these things in place. It was necessary. But now it's, now that we're starting to kind of get back into the swing of things, like you said, yeah, I encourage everybody out there to get that vaccine. Maybe, I will say get that vaccine, but I also want him to wait a couple weeks because I want to see if I'm going to win this sweepstakes. I'm kind of holding out to keep the numbers low to up my chances of winning the $5 million.
Okay, but look, for instance, in any crowd, I've been found. I mean, on basketball, man, and watching the games. You started watching like the Clippers right now. They're still limited a little bit on them, but you look at Atlanta, you look at all these other arenas and everything packed.
I watch
Utah last night, and against the Clippers, Atlanta against Philadelphia, but not just the teams that won, but the goddamn spectators.
Yeah,
Milwaukee.
Crowds.
My gosh in heaven, man, there would have been enough people just in that parking lot. There's more people there than there was in Chaves County.
And and here's the thing too: it's not just that the people are there; those people are electric because every single person that's in those crowds is so eager to cheer because they haven't gotten to do it in a year and a half. So those people are the slightest thing. They're gonna lose their minds. I have brought this up a lot this week, but I watched a pro wrestling pay-per-view a couple weeks back, and they had a capacity crowd. I think it was like 6,000 people, and the slightest thing they would just lose their minds cheering for. And in fact, she was a fan watching it at home. You don't realize you need that crowd reaction.
Yeah, well, we had some friends that went. I guess they just got back from Las Vegas, and it was open. I mean, they didn't miss out on anything, but. The thing about it is the Literacy Council is here to stay.
Absolutely.
We've had, like I said, it's been around for a long time. And it's been around for a long time because of the leadership.
That's right.
And you're just as good as the people that are behind you. I just direct traffic.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's some decisions that I make that aren't popular, but there's some decisions that we make and we say, okay, this is for the better good. And we go from there.
Absolutely.
And that's why we're here. And we thank you guys for letting us come out and let us vent out about what we offer and what we're doing. And we hope that people come out.
Yeah, it's 11 to 4.
We're still open. We're closed on Mondays and Fridays. But we do have, and the reason for that is that we tutor at night. So that way it doesn't conflict with
work
anything else. And so we set the schedule. People get used to that schedule. But anyway, we're here for Saturday again at the courthouse.
It's 11 to 4, correct?
Courthouse lawn from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come out and see what other organizations have to offer.
There you go. What was it called again? Our booth. What was it called again?
It's called. It starts off with Howdy Partners.
That's what I wanted to get you to say Howdy Partners again because I want to say you're not saying it right. You're not saying it. You got to say, howdy, partners.
Well, howdy, partner.
There you go.
It's the first annual Chaves County Community Partnership Roundup.
Oh, nice. So it's a roundup of all sorts of organizations. So come on out, 11 to 4 at the Chaves County Courthouse on the lawn, and just learn some information. It's a great chance to find out what there is, what Roswell has to offer.
That's it.
Great chance to do that. So, well, Richard, thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you for having us, and we'll see you again probably next month.
Absolutely. We'll keep Roswell reading. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
14 minutes away.